What's up guys, Josh from Strength Side. Today I'm going to go over some techniques for opening this front of the hip, because for most people the front of the hip is stiff. It won't open all the way because we're sitting so much. But what I've found over the course of the years is that people are doing the couch stretches, we're doing the hip flexor stretches, and it's just not making a whole lot of change. Have you maybe been doing the couch stretch for months or years and still you just seem to have this quad stiffness? Well, what I've found is that we need to add some load into the joint to actually make some real change that's going to last longer than just these immediate effects, right? So enter the Bulgarian Split Squat. Now this is generally more known as like a strength exercise, but what I found is that this can be extremely useful as a mobility tool. So we're going to go over and show you how to execute the Bulgarian Split Squat to get the most gains out of stretching this front of the hip and getting more hip extension. Make sure to check out my free program, the Daily Practice, which is mobility and movement to help you open up your whole body. Let's get to this. To execute the Bulgarian Split Squat, we're gonna have Mitch demonstrate here. I'm gonna coach him through it. So you're gonna need a platform. For a lot of people, a weight bench will use. If you're really short, then you might want something a little bit lower than that. So Mitch is gonna stand with his back to the bench, and then we're gonna put one foot up onto the bench. Now it's important that we point the toe and we keep that foot flat, okay? We don't wanna flex the foot in this position or for this exercise. So now essentially what Mitch is going to do is he's going to do a one leg squat or a lunge, right? But our main priority here is to keep this hip extended the whole time. So Mitch doesn't want to pitch forward at all. He wants to keep that torso upright and that hip open. So go ahead and squat down, Mitch. So he bends into this leg. He's gonna try to get that knee all the way down to the ground. Perfect. And keeping this hip open and extended, he's gonna squat himself back up. Nice. And it's even a little bit harder to do with a pause there at the bottom, right? So one thing that's very, very helpful is to cue kind of sitting back into this, right? That's gonna help keep the torso up and this hip active. So Mitch is even gonna kind of lean back as he descends. We always want to control this descent here, right? This is a really important part. We hit the bottom, and then he squats back up, trying to keep that hip extended. Now, as you advance in this, if we really want to get these gains in mobility through the quad and hip flexor and this hip that's open back here, then Mitch is going to want to put more and more weight into this back leg as he does this, right? In the beginning, it's probably going to be mostly this leg working, but as he progresses, go ahead and squat down, Mitch. If he can get this leg to take more and more load, then we're just loading up this hip in extension, that range that never gets loaded, like this. Good. I recommend doing 8 to 10 reps, and on the last rep, you're gonna hold at the bottom position. So when your knee's just hovering right off the ground, hold there for about 10 seconds, not about, a full 10 seconds. Guys, we're kind of blurring the lines between strength and mobility. What we're trying to do is just actually strengthen the hip flexors and the quads at the end range of motion, so when they're in extension, because they're not used to working there. So it's gonna hurt in the beginning, you might get sore, but do this frequently over a period of time, you're gonna see a lot of change. I recommend signing up for the Daily Practice, my free mobility and movement program. You're gonna learn a lot from that, and I'm also gonna be sending out more exercises, drills just like this. All right guys, as always, I'll see you in the next one.